Alright, so the next topic that we want to talk about is dictionaries. Now, dictionaries are quite interesting. Now, basically, a dictionary is nothing but a key value pair. Okay, so in a dictionary is classified as a mapping type. Okay, in which you will have key values, and so there are different ways you can create a dictionary. One is the easiest way is just creating a dictionary with passing the curly braces, or you can also pass a key value, or you can also pass a use the keyword as dictionary dict. Okay, and inside that you also can pass a tuple of lists, or you can directly pass key is equal to value. So dictionary is usually used to store values associating with a key, certain key. Okay, let us look at dictionary directly. So this is one way. Okay, if I type of D is dict. D is a dictionary. Another one is dict. Okay, so you can just type dict, and you can just type of dict one. Another way to create. All right. So now, if you want to, because you have already an empty dictionary, you have. If you want to add something to this, okay, let's first create the dictionaries in a different ways, and then maybe we can look at it. Now, if you want to create a dictionary using a key value pair, okay, so you can pass values like this. Okay, if you print a D2, this is another way to create. This is 1 2 3, and you also have another two more ways. One, you can specify dict. Okay, and here you can say, okay, I want to pass the value as lang is equal to seco. Okay, and then you can print D3, you get D3, and then you can also create another dictionary where you can just simply specify dict. But here the difference is, instead of passing key is equal to value, you're passing the values in a list, but inside list you're passing the values as a tuple. Okay, so if you see lang comma MySQL, and then you print D4, and you have this lang is to MySQL. So basically, a tuple which is inside a list. That is how you create five different ways to create. Now, after this, if you want to check what are all the different methods available, so if you just type D, you see there are so many ways, so many methods are available. Okay, so we'll go with one after the other. Let's just say you want to create a copy of it. I'll just dict underscore copy is equal to D3 D4. Okay, D4 dot copy, and then I will print dict underscore copy. And I will get, I've copied all the contents of D4 into dict copy. So that's how you use copy method here. Okay, and then if I want to clear D4, now that I have copied, I want to clear D4. D4 dot clear will clear the content of the dictionary. So whatever the content are there, they will be deleted. Now it's an empty dictionary. This clear method is the same for tuples, is the same for dictionaries. Okay, so clear means it will also same for arrays and lists. Clear means it will delete all elements. The next method we want to look at is copy we saw, clear we saw, and then we want to see from keys. Let's just say you have dict underscore copy. Okay, sorry, and then you want to do a from keys. So if you see from keys, you have to pass a iterable, and if you pass a iterable, it will create a new dictionary with the keys from the iterable. Okay, so let's just say iterable means anything that can be iterated over. For example, it could be a list. Okay, um, it could be a string. I will show you. So if I pass this, interestingly, all these values that you see here, 1 2 3 4 5, they'll be taken as keys and dictionary will be created. See what happened? Because I have not specified the values, they are added as none, but that's okay. But whatever you're passing here are being taken as keys. Okay, if you notice. So from keys is used to create a dictionary from the list of values, and you can do the same thing for dict copy dot from keys of, sorry, um, dict underscore copy dot from keys of. You can also pass a string. Okay, string is also iterable. Basically, it's a data type which you can be iterated over. A tuple, likewise, a tuple is also a iterable, right? So it can be iterated. You can iterate over the elements of tuple. So dot from keys of. Let me add a tuple inside. In this tuple, I will just add some element. So you see SADIQ. So basically, anything you pass inside here, so that is taken as an iterable, and using that iterable, so you can create dictionary. Okay. Now, in order to get, let's just say I created D4, I did D3. Okay. All right. Let me see. I had this D3. Okay. If I want to access this lang, how do I do it? D3 of, sorry, D3 dot keys. If I pass D3 dot keys, I'll get lang, and if I want to access values, I'll have to pass D3 dot values. Okay, and if I want to access all these elements, all of these, then I'll have to pass D3 dot items. So just remember, keys, values, items. Keys means you will get only left part of this element, and then value will give you right part of this element, and items will give you both. Again, it is, if you notice, the way how items gets you the values is a list. Inside that list, you'll have a tuple of those values. Okay, all the items basically. So this is keys, values, items. Now, interestingly, if you want to access that element, let's just say SQL. I would extend this. Okay, let me just update first. So D3 dot update. Now update method, even before I go to update method, let me try to add two dictionaries and see what I get. Unsupported operand, which means dictionary doesn't support the addition with a concatenation type. Okay, doesn't support addition of dicts. However, if this was a tuple, you could have added. If it was a list or a string, you could have added. Okay, a dictionary doesn't support that. Instead, the way how you add elements to a dictionary is using update method. If I pass D3 dot update of D2, okay, now you have all the elements of D2 as well, along with D1, sorry, D3. D3 along with elements of D2. Okay, so this is update. Values, you know, to get the values, I just showed you here above. Items, you know how to get the items. Keys also, you know. Okay, now sometimes if I want to get the keys, okay, I'll get the key. Let's just say I want to get the key of lang. Okay, how do I write that is key 3 of lang. Okay, now Why is it printing like this? D3 dot, okay, sorry, D3 of key uh, keys of lang. Okay, all right, let's just say uh, what's this? Yeah, so we are able to get the keys. Now I want to add a new element. Okay, unlike this, here we are updating, adding two dictionaries, but I want to add one individual element. So how do I do that is, you just have to type uh, lang2, okay, equals to, specify the value, what value you want to add. Let's just say MySQL. Now if you notice that element is added, okay, lang2 is added. To add an element, you can, individual element, you can specify it as an index. Okay, this is indexing, right? So D3 of index, if you pass and pass the value, you can add that element to the dictionary. Another way to add elements to dictionary is using update, but here you will have to pass a dictionary inside, not an individual element. Okay, let's just say I want to access a key which does not exist. Okay, I will type for keys, uh, for key, I'll write a simple code for key in d3 dot keys. Okay, so if I print a key, what will it give me? It will give me all the keys. But if I type if key is equal to something that does not exist, language 3, okay, um, print found. Okay, so it didn't print found because it is not there. Okay, so here what I am trying to show you is, if I access D3 of this lang3, okay, see what happened? You got key error, right? Because lang3 does not exist. Simple, lang3 doesn't exist. You have only till lang2, that's why it doesn't exist. Now imagine you are reading thousands of lines of code and you are trying to access a key that does not exist. Your code will break. Okay, you won't be able to execute, your execution will stop. In order to fix this issue, getting key error issue, they use get. Okay, let's just say now I want to get the same key. Okay, lang3. Now watch what happens. If the key is found, it will print that the key is there, this is the key, or it will fetch the value. If key is not found, it will not give you an error, it will just remain empty. Okay, it will pass to the, this way you can continue the execution of code to the next line. Okay, that is why they use get is used to bypass the key errors, these key errors that you get. Okay, remember that. If I type d3 dot get of lang2, now you will get the MySQL value because it exists. Am I going too fast? Is it are you following me? um, are you able to understand? Should I
Yes,
slow
sir.
down, or is it fine? Speed is fine.
Fine, Sadir. Fine.
Okay. All right. Again, pop. If I type, okay. See what you happen. What happened? For list, pop will work. Okay, let's just say I had a list. Okay. L we anyway had, right. If I type l dot pop, it pop will remove the last element. Okay. But for dictionaries, pop will not remove any element if you don't pass, unless you pass the key. This is the difference between dictionary pop and list tuple array pop. For all those things, sorry, not for tuple. Okay, tuple is immutable. But for all the other things, pop will remove the last element. But for dictionary, unless and until you specify the last element, For example, my last element was, let's just say in D3, lang2, that you have to pass the key. Now it will, okay, so sorry, it has to be a common bracket. Okay, so if you pass D3 with pop along with the key, now you can see that lang2 is gone, MySQL is gone. Okay, MySQL is gone, you have only rest of the dictionary. So pop, remember that pop for a dictionary needs a key. For everything else it doesn't need. Now pop item, okay, is same as remove. Okay, when you, what you want to remove in a list, let's just say this is my list again. I will show the list first. This is my list again. If you want to remove the first element here, you just pass a remove of what you want to remove, stats. Okay, now stats is gone, you have only probability in the list. The same implementation is designed as pop item. Okay, no, 1 second, pop item is different, I'm sorry. Pop item is removing the last element. I'm sorry. So okay, here is the confusion. This is why even I got confused. Okay, so forget about the remove method here. Okay, see what pop is doing for list pop is removing the last element, right? GenAI. The same thing is done by pop item for dictionary. Pop item is removing the last element of a dictionary. Okay, what pop does for list, pop item does for dictionary. Okay, pop doesn't do anything, but pop with a key will remove that key. Okay, this is same as remove method for list. Remove method for list is same as pop method. Pop item, however, is same as pop for list. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, even I got confused. So that is the difference. Did you understand this? Did you understand pop and pop item?
Yes, Sadir.
Okay, all right. Now the last thing that you have in is set default. Now if you pass set default, so with set default you will have to pass a key. So basically what set default is doing is it is inserting a key with a value. Okay, however if the key is not present, then also it will insert. Okay, let me show you that what I mean by that. Let's just say I want to define yeah, my syntax is lang2. Okay, see what this is what I meant. Ideally, okay, ideally to insert a value you need a key, and to add a key you also need a value. Okay, without a value you can't insert something. Okay, uh, and that is supported, ideally that is the case, but set default and from keys, okay, both from keys and set default allow you to create a pass that key inside a dictionary without any errors. And next, once I have done this set default thing, now I can add the value d3 of just to add the keys. Once I have that value added, now I can type the insert the value. Okay, now I will have Perl also as a language. So only to insert a key without any errors you have set default. Okay, so
Okay, you use the list format for this. We can't do, right. D3 dot set default language to is equal to Perl. We can't do it. We
let's
have to do
let's
it through list.
okay, uh, let's try that also. Okay, Ideally it won't work, but let me try. Okay, so because you said we'll give it a R language. Okay, you see what happened. One, assignment is not supported. Okay, two, even if you put aside the assignment operation, values are not inserted. Okay, so exact values is not supported. That is the whole point, set default thing. The second thing is, let's just say you're trying to insert a key that already exists. Yeah, I will try this. You see what happened. D3, again if you type, D3 key already existed. Sorry, D, okay, D3 did not exist. Let me try with D2. Let me try with D2 and then I'll show you. D2 already existed. Okay, still you try to insert it with set default, and because it was already existed, it returned you the value. If it was not present, it allocates a memory and assigns it as none. That is where set default is used. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is, to insert a value into your dictionary you need a key, but if the key is not found, you can't insert that value. Okay, and if value is not assigned, you can't insert that key, both ways. However, you can use set default without getting errors. You can insert that key value as a placeholder value. Okay, that's the thing. Yeah, any doubts here with set default?
No, Sadir.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, all right. I mean, pretty much mostly we have covered everything. Um, Update we talked about, key value, basically pretty much about it. And again, len also works for dictionaries. So if I type D3, you'll get there are three key value pairs. That's what it means. And max also, if I pass D3, so you get lang3 is the max one because the last indexed value is dark, that's why it's showing as max, and min is the first element, so that's why it's showing as lang. Okay, so these three
Sadir,
anyway work.
here,
Mhm.
if you want to do upper, lower, title, capital, it will work.
No, dictionary won't work. No, for dictionary those methods are not supported. Those are supported only for strings. You can
Okay.
capitalize only a string, you can't capitalize a dictionary. Did you understand or?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, see, certain data types have certain defined methods. Okay, dictionary has only these, or you can do only these with dictionary. Likewise with tuple you can do only these along with min max length. Okay, and for list you can do only this, you can't do anything beyond this. Likewise for strings you have a lot of them. See, three slides are there for strings. All these methods you can be applied for strings, and this is where you have upper, lower, and all of those. um, Python keywords I'll come. Okay, dictionary, pretty much that's it about dictionary. um, if you don't have doubts we can continue. Okay, we can talk about keywords. Okay, now what happens is Python, the way why the reason, one of the reasons why Python is widely used is because it offers lot of inbuilt functions. Okay, um, lot of functions are offered by Python to support various operations. Okay. Now, some are reserved words. Some can be created like what we did for a variable, right? We used a key 10. Okay, you can assign whatever you want, good morning, good evening, whatever the value. So this will work fine. But some words cannot be used. For example, you have class. If I say class is equal to good morning, or a class is equal to, let's just say, data science, okay, it will give me an error. I'll show you the, let me execute. It will give me an error. Why? It's saying although it's saying invalid assignment, the problem is not with the assignment. The problem is rather with this keyword. This is a reserved word. Okay, keywords are nothing but the reserved words in Python, which are defined to do certain things. Okay, they cannot be used as variable names. They cannot be used as identifiers. Okay, so let's look at what are those keywords. We have something called keyword, import keyword. Okay, and then you have keyword dot kw list. If I print this, okay, fine, I will not call it. So if you import keyword, and keyword has this, all this keyword list which has already predefined, everything that you see here, okay, are reserved words. And let me check how many reserved words are there, because they keep adding more in Python versions. Okay, so all these words that you see here cannot be used as variable names. Okay, keywords are reserved words, they cannot be used, and each one of them does certain tasks. For example, for is used for loop. Okay, in is used to check if certain elements are present. Okay, this in I didn't show you, but I will show you now. For example, very important. So this was L, right? This was our let me check if there is something else. Dict, dict copy. Okay, dict copy has these values. If you want to know if there is any key called lang in dict copy, it will print true because lang is indeed found. So in order to check if this element is present in this dictionary, we use in. Okay, in is, notice how it has become green colored, right? So everything that you see here, starting with none, true, false, those are the only three keywords that start with a capital letter. Okay, everything else starts with small letters. Notice that here in this list. False, none, true start with capital letters, rest are small letters. And these words that you see here, they do certain tasks, they are reserved to do certain tasks. They should not be used for anything else other than using. For example, while is used for while loops. Try is used to handle exceptions. Try, raise are used for handling exceptions. R is used for logical calculations. Non-local, local, global. Non-local, and then you have global, are two keywords for used for variable scoping, which we haven't seen yet. We will see it in functions. Okay, only if we talk about functions, talking about these makes sense. So then you have if, elif, else. Okay, if you have here, elif, else are used for conditionals. um, and then you have del, we already have seen, right, to delete a tuple. Visa, del is for delete. Def is for used for defining a function. So all like that we have various keywords, and these keywords I already have mentioned here. Okay, what they are used for, etc. You can just go through when you have time. Okay, that's about it. I mean, keywords, you can understand keywords only when you start using them. Okay, pretty much that's it. There is nothing much more to these keywords. Only when you use them, you will understand why they are being used, where they are being used. Now in theory, for theory part, I don't have anything to show you. Any doubts in keywords? before we move on? Let's have a call for another 30 minutes. We'll talk about sets and we'll close it. Or do you want to close it now? Because we already have covered so much. Your choice.
Yeah, we can close it now if
We
we are
can close it
finished.
now, right? Because we
Yeah.
have covered so many things. We have starting from arrays, we have covered arrays, tuples, lists, dictionaries, we have covered. And as you can see, already the cell number is at it's gone to 9, closing to 1000. So you
Now
can
we
go
can
ahead.
have a practice for this week. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever you have taught for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so once we come back next week, so definitely it will be very helpful for us as we learn.